now on step 2 on the path to proof: create customized solutions. In the last module, you hosted discovery calls to find people's discovery pillars, which is the current situation, their desired situation, and the problems holding them back from reaching that desired state. In this module, you will take what you learned, you'll chunk it down into quick wins, and you'll create a customized solution so that you can get a free client, which you will use to get a paid client later. On today's agenda, we'll cover free work, the path to getting paid later, customize, how to make your free work actually great, and the process, selecting a quick win to help with. The biggest problem you face when you're starting out is that no one wants to work with you. It feels like the big creators who are established and have existing offers and funnels and communities and audiences, it feels like they hold not only the demand but also the supply, and that they just soak up like a sponge all the meaningful prospects, and that you are like that seagull we talked about in the previous module, just fighting for the scraps. And even then, it feels like no one wants to work with you. You might feel like you don't have the skills, and maybe that's why people don't want to work with you, or you just haven't had a chance to prove yourself and show them what you are capable of. And I can say that because when I was getting started, I spent months creating content and offers. For context, I used to work a warehouse job, delivering flowers at a flower warehouse. I was full-time in college, and I thought that was my life. But when I discovered this creator economy, I went all in. And I told myself, you know what, I can make this happen. I've seen so many other people make it happen, all these wins being posted everywhere. You know what, I can do it too. And I spent months and months just burning through my savings, getting no traction on my posts, and without getting a single client until I was over 6K in debt. And at this point, I began to despair. I remember waking up in the morning just stressed and anxious, like, what am I doing? This was the stupidest decision ever. You know, I should just go back to that stable job, that stable income. And I felt imposter syndrome, like I couldn't help anyone, that I'd be forced back to that 9-to-5 and never break through my areas of interest of writing online, of traveling, of overcoming my health conditions and everything like that. And I even remember at one point my boss sent me a text message and he asked me to come back for this busy season coming up before, might have been Mother's Day or Valentine's Day. And I looked at my bank account and I looked at that text message and I thought, damn, I should just go back. I should just go back and pay this off, and maybe I'll work less hours and build the business on the side, and maybe that's a better solution. But I persevered and I decided to give myself a little more time. And I still remember my main breakthrough in the terms of the mental game. My friend expressed some desire of writing better tweets and getting more traction, and I decided to help him for free, created a little swipe file, and those tweets ended up performing pretty well, better than my own. And he became my first free client, testimonial, and proof. He became that proof to myself that, you know what, maybe you can do this. And when Kirby started creator monetization, he knew creators' desire to make more money with their brands. He had a clear understanding of their desires, of where they were now, and of the problems keeping them back from actually monetizing their brands, because he had overcame that. But when he offered to help them, they didn't want to work with him. Even he faced the problem of people not wanting to work with him. But then he helped his friend Hamza make over 100K a month for free with one loom that he sent him. And after that, suddenly, like magic, hundreds of creators wanted to pay for his help. You see, if you don't have a client, the harshest truth is because no one wants to work with you. You just have to accept that. The 3 pillars, if you guys remember these from previous modules, are attracting, converting, and delivering. If you don't have a client, it's because you haven't attracted anyone, therefore no one wants to work with you. You haven't converted anyone, therefore no one wants to work with you. And you haven't delivered results, therefore no one wants to work with you. And the solution to this, shown by my work, shown by Kirby, how we broke through, is that you get people to want to work with you by helping them for free. And once you help someone for free, your imposter syndrome will disappear. You become the person you say you are. When I didn't help anyone for free, I was like the guy standing and watching other people walk across the tightrope. But after I decided to help someone and I actually did it the right way, I became that person who walked across the tightrope too, and other people could see me doing that. Now, most of you probably know this, and most of you have probably heard this before. Everyone knows it. Working for free is the tried and true path to building a lucrative and successful business. But most people still fail to get good free clients or figure out ways to help others. For 6 months, I failed at it. For longer than that, I failed at it. Even though I knew that that was a logical path to getting the result that I wanted. Or even worse, they do free work for someone and it sucks and it hurts the reputation instead of benefiting it. Because the only thing worse than no reviews is having negative reviews. The only thing that'll incentivize people not to work with you even more than no one working with you before and no proof is proof that you did a bad job and you can't deliver on your promises. Free work is not enough. It has to be great. You have to be great. This is a pillar we have talked about, and I really want to drill this home. You need to be great. And the way you make great free work is when you help people get a quick, meaningful win out of their current situation, overcoming their problems they're facing, and pushing them towards their desired situation. And a quick win, defined, is just a logical step over their problems and towards their desired situation. It's a step from their current towards their desired. Where most people go wrong here is they find someone's desired situation and then they offer to help them reach it with their free work. It's like me if I met Kirby and I knew he wanted to grow on Twitter and I offered to help him get 100,000 followers for free right away. That is a big transformation and it is very difficult to solve. But instead, what I did was I just offered to write a few threads. I helped him do a SWOT analysis of his account and identify opportunities he had and identify weaknesses and threats and strengths and create a strategy plan for his Twitter that helped him reach that first step towards his desired situation. The lesson is don't try and help them reach their desired situation for free. Help them get a quick win for free. But that's easier said than done, so let's talk about how to actually do it. When Warren Buffett first approached Benjamin Graham in 1951, he offered to work for him for free, to which Graham said, "You're overpriced." You can't go to people and ask how you can help, because when you do that, you're putting more load on their shoulders. It becomes you asking something of them, and that becomes not the opposite of valuable, it becomes work for them. They need to figure out how to train you and use you and hire you and put you to work so you can actually do something. Instead, you need to figure out how you can help, you need to do it, and then you need to give it to them as a gift and say, "Here, I did this for you." That is how you actually provide value. Don't ask how you can help. Figure out how you can help, do it, and give it to them. There are two best ways to do this and get people quick wins as an educational creator: service trials and quick win coaching. A service trial is where you deliver the solution. It's focused on one deliverable and it involves minimal client involvement. It's more done for you. Quick win coaching is where you guide them through the solution. It's focused on building them up so they can do it themselves, and it requires a little more client involvement. Do service trials for people ahead of you, because those people tend to have the problem of not having the time, but they tend to have the asset, the resource of money to invest, and therefore they're more likely to find value in a service trial, versus the people behind you, you should do quick win coaching for. They're a few steps behind you. They need help and guidance on how to catch up to you and get to where you are. And you can be behind someone in one area of life, but ahead of them in another. So if you meet someone who might be ahead of you in the business life, but they're lacking in the fitness department, you could still do quick win coaching for them to help them get to where you are with your fitness life. And when you do this, when you do service trials and quick win coaching the right way and help people get a quick win, you get the outputs of future clients, you get the outputs of referrals, and you get the outputs of case studies and testimonials and social proof. And when I was starting out, I always wished those people ahead of me would share how they actually got the results and acquired their clients instead of only sharing the results. Because oftentimes you see, hey, quick win, I made 20K, I signed a new client, I did XYZ, but they don't share how they got that client, what they did, the process they followed. So let's look at how I applied this literally to get to where I am today. When I met Kirby, he had a current situation of no consistent posts on Twitter, and he had a lot of resources at his disposal of high quality content already produced, YouTube videos, school stuff, and lots of opportunities, but he had the problem of no time or space to make use of those opportunities. And his desired situation was consistent quality content, building his brand. So I created a SWOT analysis of his account, and I gave it to him. And for context, a SWOT is a strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat analysis. It's very simple, and I basically outlined his strengths, which were his YouTube videos and his school presence and things like that. The weaknesses, his opportunities of growth and what he could be doing, and then some threats and business threats and things he should be aware of in terms of platforms and things like that. Then I took his existing content and I just transitioned it and I turned it into threads and tweets. So it was still his, and then I gave it to him. He took it, posted one on the spot, and I still remember I sent one, I think I sent it to him on a Saturday night, and he took it and he posted it right away. He really takes action, which is one thing I learned really well from him. And it performed pretty well. And then I kept helping him for free. He mentioned more questions he had about Twitter and writing, and I kept helping him and I kept providing. And then he mentioned a new problem, which was he really didn't have time to keep doing this and turn his videos into threads. And at that point, I created a custom offer for him based on our conversation, and I asked him if he wanted to continue to work together. And that was the start of how we started working together, which has slowly evolved into where I am today. And that is a perfect example of a service trial to future client. Here's me and Kirby at the school HQ. I had another friend, Julian, who was starting a business on Twitter, but he had no sales, no traffic, and no way of turning his audience into income. His desired situation was a consistent, stable income, coaching business, and traffic from Twitter. But his problems were he didn't know how to monetize it or the next steps, and kept failing his sales to get there. So I did some quick win coaching with him where I got on a 2-hour call with him and I helped him build his offer and a DM sales flow based on my experience running my appointment setting business. And he got his first sale within the week. When I decided to create a Community X order down the line, I asked him for a testimonial and a case study, and that became marketing for my community, and I maxed out my launch of 50 spots in under 24 hours. That is the power of social proof and case studies. And now this is Julian. Now he's traveling the world in Dubai and Mexico and Madrid and America, speaking at events, and he's doing quite well for himself. Ashley, when I met Ashley, her current situation was her posts weren't performing and she had inconsistent sales. Her desired situation was she wanted more viral posts and consistent sales through her Twitter, but she was too busy fulfilling for clients to focus on it. So I gave her a custom swipe file of viral tweets to help her with the content based on fitness creators like her, and she liked it and expressed the new problem, hating DMs. So I helped her with DMs for free as well and helped her add 12K in profit. I used that proof, which was undeniable proof, to make an offer which she said yes to. 9 months later, we were still working together, and that evolved to me helping her add 6 figures to her business, launch her school community, and a brand new separate offer to her audience. Based on that, she referred another creator to me and gave me a great testimonial and case study. This is just proof that when you do service trials and quick win coaching, you can get clients, case studies, and referrals. This is a photo of Ashley in New Zealand. You see, free work is the ultimate lead magnet. When we're talking in terms of lead magnets, free work is the ultimate one because it is the most valuable, the most specific, and the most actionable. And when you begin to help people, multiple people, you begin to notice patterns. And these patterns become the future scalable lead magnets and offers that you create. But you would never have been able to notice those patterns without doing the free work. You see, when I was doing this, I noticed a lot of people wanted help with a common desire and a common problem of viral tweets and templates. So I put these swipe files together. I had made these custom swipe files I did for different people, and I created one giant one, which I called the Viral Inspiration Lab. And then I gave it away as a lead magnet in a 2-step post on Twitter, and it performed very well. It got over 100,000 views, and it generated over 700 email subscribers for me and more clients and traffic. But I never would have put this pattern together and created this one-to-many lead magnet without first doing the customized free work for single individual people. You need to do the free work to notice the patterns to create the scalable stuff. Now, the reasonable client roadmap is that you do a discovery call, which we covered in the last module. You figure out how to help. You do it and give it to them. They like it and say thank you. You keep helping them without asking. Give, give, and you shall receive. Because of that goodwill and trust you build with them, they feel comfortable mentioning a new, bigger desire or problem to you. And that's when you offer to help them solve that problem too, and they start paying you. It isn't you give them free work, they say thanks, and then they send you money. It's a process. Let's talk about that process. How to actually select a quick win to help with. The quick discovery law reminder: every time you understand someone's current situation, desired situation, and have the ability to help them solve their problems, you do free work for that person. Every single time. That is how you grow. Do the unscalable. And listen to your gut. After doing a discovery call and talking to people and networking in the DMs, you will likely begin to form ideas of how you could help. You'll likely get ideas on what you think you could do. Like me with Kirby, he mentioned wanting to learn about the low-hanging fruit that he could seize on his Twitter, so I had an idea of a SWOT analysis that I'd learned through marketing and business, things I'd done years before. And then I thought, what would be a principle to even over-deliver on that SWOT analysis and give him even more? So I took some of his old content and I retransitioned it into threads as well, as a way to give even more value. So I had an idea, I listened to my gut, and I pursued that idea and gave it to them. You can evaluate your ideas with this following process. The first step is chunking. This is where you take the big dream outcome they want to achieve and you chunk it into small, actionable, quick wins. For example, if someone's current situation is 1K subscribers, their desired is 100K subscribers, and their problems are their videos aren't performing, you could chunk it into this. One step you could do is create a clear strategy plan for them, like a SWOT analysis or something else. It definitely doesn't have to be a SWOT analysis. And create a clear strategy plan to help them unlock their YouTube audience. Or you could do a competitor analysis. You could make a swipe file. You could look at their competitors and find winning ideas and trends and videos and then give it to them. You can use that to make video ideas and topics and suggest things they could make videos on, because one of the steps to creating good videos is coming up with the idea. You could help them with their thumbnails and titles. This could be a service trial where you design thumbnails and titles for them. You can write them the script. You can help film the video and edit it. And you can even provide accountability that they consistently upload and post their videos. And after that, you can even break down videos performance of videos. You can break down the click-through rates, the retention rates, where people dropped out of the video, where people stayed, how to improve it. And you can help them make videos consistently that perform. Each of these is a quick win. Each of these is a potential offer, and each of these is valuable to them. Your step 2 is to decide the free work method you will deliver through. And the two options, as a reminder, are service trials or quick win coaching. So looking at this, you need to decide, which am I more equipped to do? Are they ahead of me or are they behind me? Should I give them quick win coaching or a service trial? What is more valuable for them? Step 3 is you choose one of those quick wins that are aligned with your superpower, which is your strengths and passions from the first phase we covered, and that you have the greatest skill in delivering. Because it's not good enough to just pick a quick win. You need to pick the best quick win, the one that's aligned with your strengths and that you can deliver. So if I was a writer and I had an area of interest of writing and a strength and passion of writing, maybe I'd choose to help them write the scripts. And maybe if I was really good at design and photography and images and things like that, maybe I do the thumbnail and title designs. And maybe if I really enjoyed the in the trenches work of editing videos and making cool transitions, maybe I'd help with that. Or maybe if I really liked analyzing things and breaking them down, I'd create them a competitor analysis or a swipe file. So you need to look at yourself as well as the client to see the best way you can help them. And if we apply this as service trial, could be writing them a YouTube script, could be redesigning their thumbnails, or could be editing their videos, or any other thing that involves services where you're providing something for them. And quick win coaching could be any quick win that you help them with, like a YouTube channel audit on a live call, a Loom breakdown of their channel, a one-to-one YouTube growth challenge where you challenge them to write their best performing video of all time. It could be a competitor thumbnail and title swipe file. It could be any form of quick win coaching you provide for them. And as you do this, every problem you solve creates a new problem. That new problem is what you get paid to help solve. If you help them write one YouTube script, their next problem will be they want more YouTube scripts, and you help them with that. If you help them come up with one good video idea and create one viral video through quick win coaching, their next problem is they're going to want more of that. And maybe new problems will develop that you weren't even aware of without helping them before. And you need to listen, you need to continue to help, and you need to keep showing up so that these new problems present themselves to you, which is what you get paid to help solve later. This module is designed to help you solve the problem of getting your first free client, going from no one wants to work with me to someone wants to work with me. The next problem we will solve is how to build out that free work offer so it actually delivers results for that client, principles of customer success and how to deliver results. And after that, the problem we will solve is how to use that result, that quick win, to get a referral or a case study, which you will use to get a paid client. So go take action, follow the action item below, do the work, and I will see you in the next module.